Hey everyone, it has been a hot minute. I thought I would come on here before the school year kicks off and everything just becomes this whirlwind of events and share a little bit about what I've been going through in this season and just a little bit about my thoughts, some of my struggles. I know watching these kind of videos helps me, and that's kind of my ultimate goal, is to connect and just to relate. Like if anybody has gone through this recently or experienced this in the past or whatever. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. Now, before we get into like the meat of the video, I just kind of want to give a quick timeline. Obviously, by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about my weight loss journey. My entire life, I grew up overweight. I became my heaviest in high school. That was just kind of my pivoting, my changing point. I ended up losing about 35 pounds. I went to 2 different colleges, so the 5 years I was in college, I fluctuated 10 pounds basically, but still struggled like to lose weight and everything. And it wasn't until last year, May 2017, when I graduated college, I went on Weight Watchers. I lost about 10 more pounds over the summer, and then going into my first year as a teacher, I lost about 7 or 8 more pounds. And losing that 7 or 8 pounds, I've been my current weight that I am for about 10 months. So the whole time span from high school to now, I've lost a total of 55 pounds. And that has been slow and steady weight loss, but it has been really successful. With this weight loss, I have experienced a lot of emotional things that I did not think I did not think would happen to me, and I want to share. I hope this is helpful. So bear with me and we're gonna get through this as quickly as possible. So the first kind of discovery I found out about losing a bunch of weight is cliche when I say it, and people are like, well, duh, Catherine, but it wasn't until I had lost the weight that I was like, oh my gosh, this is a real thing. And that is like, losing a bunch of weight, it won't automatically change who you are. And I'm like, yes, I knew that, but then I guess I didn't really know that because I struggled with that. You don't automatically start thinking about yourself in a positive way if you've grown up thinking negatively about yourself. You don't automatically have confidence if you grew up really insecure about your body. You don't automatically have these things because you lose a bunch of weight and you look good and people give you praise and all of these things that come with weight loss. It doesn't change your internal self until you decide you want to change your internal self. And that was a huge discovery for me about how much I negatively would talk to myself in my head. There are days I still look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, oh man, I feel bad. Like, you have bad days and good days. It wasn't until I got to that point where I was like, okay, you have to change the way you think about yourself internally before you really start seeing a change. So the second discovery I found out is a little bit, I don't want to say ugly, but it is a little bit harder for me to talk about just because I never really struggled with this. It was comparing myself to other girls. So growing up overweight, I would see a thin girl walking across the street and she looked really good and I was like, oh my gosh, I love her outfit, like in my head. But then I would just kind of stop thinking about her because I'm like, well, I'm not that weight, I'll never be that weight, and so it doesn't really matter. That outfit will look different on me than her. I would pre-stop myself basically from like continuing to think about it. And with my weight loss now, I have found that I compare myself to other girls that are kind of the same weight as me, and it really caused a lot of negative thoughts in my head of, well, you know, I'm the same weight as her, why don't my arms look like hers? Or I'm the same weight as her, why does she have a flat stomach and I don't? And these were like real thoughts in my head that would affect my day. And I never experienced that because when I was bigger, I didn't really compare myself to girls that were smaller than me. And so that was a huge wake-up call for me to understand, Catherine, you're still unique and you're still one of a kind. You're still yourself. And when you compare yourself, you're always gonna lose. Comparing yourself to anybody, like, it doesn't matter how much you look like them, it will always be self-destructive for you. And that was something, and is still something, I'm having to tell myself. When you compare yourself, you will be disappointed because you are not that person. So the third discovery I'm going to talk about is clothing. Here's the deal. So I grew up, because I was overweight, I knew what clothes were flattering on my body and I knew what clothes were not flattering. So I would wear really flowy things. I would cover my butt, like I would cover my arms because I was insecure about my arms. I knew how to dress my body. So when I had lost all this weight and I would go to stores, different shops and everything, I would try on clothes that I would never have tried on, being the size I was in the past. And so I would try these clothes on and I'd be like, oh, I'm not gonna buy them, I'm just gonna try them on. And they were, in my book, a little bit raunchy. They weren't as modest as I normally wear. I would always justify it and be like, well, I'm not gonna wear this, like I'm not gonna buy it. And I would put these clothes on and I'd be like, oh my gosh, like I look so good in these clothes. And it was just such this like pride, this false pride that because I look good in these clothes now, like people are gonna like me more, or I'm gonna get more attention. And it was just such an ugly process of, okay, I'm gonna wear these clothes because I can, and I can wear a crop top, so I'm gonna wear a crop top and it's gonna look good. And I'll just tell you this, there are clothes that girls can wear but should not wear. And I tell myself that often, that just because you can wear it doesn't mean you should wear it. And that has been something in the forefront of my mind. Just keep it for your husband. So the last discovery, the fear of gaining weight. So I know a lot of people maybe who are watching or who have recently lost a bunch of weight or lost weight in the past or gained weight, lost weight, whatever it was. But this fear of gaining weight is universal with guys and girls. It wasn't until I lost the weight that I discovered there was this real anxiety that came with it, that I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get back to where I was and I'm so happy where I am right now. Like, what's gonna happen? It's not wrong to be motivated by healthy living and to want to better your body and to want to get to a healthy place with your body. There were times this year of me being this weight that it became obsessive in my thoughts. If I ate a piece of cake, I would immediately think I need to work out to not gain the weight back. If I didn't do the physical activity to burn off whatever I just ate, I would get really like worried that I would automatically have gained 5 pounds. And it was this obsessive thinking, but it also was this negative thinking of, because I ate this, because I enjoyed whatever I enjoyed, you're gonna gain a bunch of weight. And so I say that to say, what is the motivation of you continually sustaining your weight? Because there were a couple months that it just wasn't healthy for me. Your number does not define your worth, does not define your self-esteem, does not define what others think of you. Your worth comes from within. And that was and is something that I am still continually telling myself, even being this weight that I am right now. I hope this relates to some people. I know it got really dark, sorry. But I hope this is encouraging for people in this process. It's still a process. It's something I'm not at the end of my journey yet. I'm not 100% emotionally healthy with the way I think about myself. And that's okay. Like, you're good, you're fine. But it's important to be honest about the journey you're on. It's important to be honest about the things that you think about. I hope you enjoyed the video and I will talk to you guys later.